Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Ethan Fedemir today, and this is part 6 on What If Deku had the Speed Force. And I'm going to retcon. I'm going to retcon part 5 a little bit. Because, trust me, it's going to make a bit of sense. So, and I put my phone where my last video was, because I actually think it's better. I got some Doritos, Coke, and water. So, oh yeah, and this is the cheese flavor. So good. Okay, so I rewatched the last part, and the part I'm gonna retcon was when Deku stands up from it after having broken ribs, and when he runs back and about to punch the Nomu, Deku breaks the time barrier and goes back in time one day, because I think that's gonna be cool. So, and finally, I made I made a couple playlists on all the parts and different stories I have on my channel. So go into my playlists, and they're all there, or they should be there. So Deku is running at the Nomu, and he's like runs back and goes, "Ah!" And then boom, opens a time or opens a breach, and then goes back in time one day. And I'm just gonna say the Speed Force is just hacks. So it heals him to the point where he was on that day, so he's not damaged at all. So Deku's just reliving the same day, and he's like, "What's going on? I thought we were at the USJ and being attacked." And he asks what day it is, and he I'm just gonna say he asks Uraraka, because I don't remember who I shipped Deku with in this series. So if you're gonna rewatch this, or just tell me who I shipped with, because I don't remember. So I'm just going to say that he asks. I can't believe I just did that. I fucking hate Visco girls, and I just did the fucking faggots. So Deku asks Uraraka, like, what day is it? Have we gone to the USJ yet? And Aizawa comes in after hearing that, is like, we're going to the USJ tomorrow. And Deku's like, holy fucking shit. I just traveled through time. What the fuck? Like, he doesn't say that out loud, he says it in his head. And he's like, oh my god, I can time travel. I can time travel. So he doesn't change anything yet. So the only thing that changes in the timeline is when they get to the USJ, Deku already knows what's going to happen. So he gets there and notices everything's happening exactly the same. So Deku's like, Aizawa, actually no, he doesn't. He runs out of there fast as he did when he broke, or when he went traveled through time. So he broke Mach 4. Well, he got to Mach 4, and then boom, rushes there. 3 seconds later, the portal opens, And actually, no, this is like, I don't know, a minute before it happens. So Deku runs, he tells All Might, and he runs through and he stops, and they're like, class rep, like, what's going on? Villains are about to attack. And they're like, what do you mean? And like, just as they say that, the portal opens. And Aizawa's like, what? How did he know that? And Deku runs down and just starts hammering everyone. And, stop, like, hitting them in good pressure points to knock them out for 24 hours. So, question, is it better if it's here or back there? Actually, fucking no, I'll just put it here. So, Deku starts defeating the villains, and Aizawa jumps down and is like, how do you know this? And he's like, I'll tell you later. And he's like, where's the Nomu? And Shigaraki's already, like, out of the portal, and he's like, where's the Nomu? And everyone's like, Nomu? And Shigaraki's like, how does he know about my Nomu? And the Nomu walks through and is like, Aizawa was like, what's a Nomu? And then walks through the portal, and Deku's like, that's the Nomu. And he starts explaining what quirks it has. I think the ones, like, I'm not sure how many it has, but the ones I do know, shock absorption, he's got a healing factor, and I think he has super strength. Because, yeah, I would say he has super strength. So, Deku just starts fighting the Nomu. All Might gets there a lot quicker, and him and Deku are combining. Like, he busts through the door. Deku's helping All Might, he's not helping with all, like, the serious punches, but he's getting into wherever he can. Like, if there's one little thing, like, if there's, like, a little space Deku can get in, he's going to go in and, hit the Nomu a couple times and then back off. And then does that for a bit, and then Deku starts running around, the Nomu, trying to suck the air out of its lungs and that. These are really good. And he runs, like, he's running circles like this, and then he runs back and does an oval, and All Might sees this, and he does the same thing, and they go, double Detroit smash! And they're both hit. Well, actually, no, All Might says Detroit smash, and Deku goes, supersonic punch! Bang! And hits him. Everyone is shocked at the strength that All Might and Deku have. It had a lot of cheese on it. So, after that happens, Deku, so All Might and Aizawa actually think that Deku is a villain, or like that, or something, like, not a villain, but, like, they're very, like, suspicious of him, because how did he know that? He's picked up on it. And All Might hasn't wasted his time that he did in canon. So he can still stay in his buff form. Well, he's still in his buff form. So Deku, he actually calls or gets Aizawa and All Might over away from the students. And he tells them that he time traveled from this day. Actually, he said he time traveled, and they're like, "What do you mean?" And he was like, "Well, from when, like, from the day that was supposed to be today, I was, very badly damaged and fighting for everyone's life, and my emotions, hormones and all of that were kicked into overdrive, and right before I was gonna, hit the Nomu, a portal opened, and time traveled back one day before the USJ attack. So that's how I know or knew what was going to happen. And then Aizawa and All Might are shocked. They're like, kid, you can't tell anyone about this. And Deku's like, I know, because if a villain knew I could time travel, I would be in very dangerous waters. Or, like, I'd be in severe danger. And Aizawa leaves to, help the students. And this is... Did I say who got one for all? Because I know I'm not giving it to Deku, or I've given it to someone else. I'm gonna say he gave one for all to Mirio, because I think I forgot to give one for all to someone. So Mirio has one for all, but Deku tells the story of all for one and one for all. And he tells Deku's like, if all for one was still alive and he knew about your quirk, he could rule time. And Deku's like, fuck. Like, if any of you were here with me, I will offer you some. But since you're not, I'm sorry. That's so good. Everyone in class 1A, again, ran up to him and started asking, like, how'd you know all of this? And Deku was just like, I just had a feeling. And they're like, well, that's the class rep for you. He's the most knowledgeable and best of us. And that kind of, like, finished off everyone's curiosity, except Bakugo. And Bakugo's, like, in his head is like, that damn nerd. There's something he's not telling us. I'm going to figure it out. And Aizawa comes in the day after that, is like, okay, your fight's not over. And everyone's like, what do you mean? And it's like, the sports festival. Everyone was like, oh my god, Aizawa, don't do that. And this is where I'm going to leave off the video. Tell me who I shipped someone with, and if I haven't, tell me which ship you would want to see. Leave a comment saying what you guys want. Like, subscribe, turn that notification bell on. Stay golden.